Using the PvE build that I'll show you today, I managed to beat wave 50 of the Diluvian first try with my group of friends. This is a part of a short group of PvE builds that me and my friends have made that we consider to be the best builds in the game for Diluvian, as they specialize in AoE damage, support, healing, and defense. This specific build has incredibly high sustained AoE damage, high health from reinforced armor, and tons of healing from flame. You can easily get over 500 HP on this PvE build with some better gear, and that's while still being able to do stuff like one-shot squibbos and melt mobs in seconds. Over the course of this video, I'm going to show you how to make this build and just what it can do, because this build is seriously overpowered, guys. And as always, if you enjoy my builds, make sure to like and subscribe, and join my Discord if you want to get the build maker link. With that being said, let's move over to the build maker. Alright, so for the race on this build, the best race if you're trying to metamance is Capra, just because the healing mark it gives can give your teammates additional free healing, although it doesn't actually matter what race you take. The Oath is obviously Oathless, Murmur is Ardor, Origin we went Deep Bound just because, well, it was super fast to progress. Your Bell, you either want Sacred Fields depending on how many people in your party have it, or you want Run It Back, since while Run It Back is active, you don't take any damage, so this can let you get your bearings. Your outfit is going to be Ignition Deep Delver, although you can use the new title armor dropped from the 50th wave when you get it. For your boons and flaws, I just went the standard Scrapper and Steadfast, since you don't want to lose armor. For flaws, you can just go simple, and later on when you Shrine of Water, you want to additionally get something like Manic or Glutton, since those won't affect you at all. For your starting stats, you want to put most of it into Fortitude and the rest into Willpower. Your elements, you just want to go 6 Flame Charm and 5 Frost Draw. Starting off, you can go to 50 Fortitude for a lot of Fortitude cards, and then you want to go to 30 Willpower. Then from here you want to go to 90 Fortitude for reinforced armor, then go to 50 Willpower so you can get stuff like Underdog, and then we're going to go to 75 Flame Charm for Azure Flames. Then we put 1 point to Heavy, 1 point into Charisma, and 1 point into Strength. And this is your pre-shrine stats. You'll notice that we don't have Brick Wall. Now I determined that I'd be saving a lot of stats if I didn't get it, since you really should be running this in a team, and Brick Wall isn't really needed with teammates, since they can help you in difficult situations and you can always just ragdoll cancel. I never found needing Brick Wall, but you can get so many more things with the points we save from Brick Wall. Alright, now we're going to Shrine of Water. From here it's really simple. We go to 80 Frost Draw, and then we go to 77 Heavy Weapon, and these are the final stats you'll end up with on the build. For your traits, you just want to go 6 Song Chant and 6 Vitality, since we want to be dealing a ton of mantra damage. And obviously off Shrine of Order, something like Glutton or Manic is ideal. Now hopping over to the talents, we want to get Reinforced Armor, and then we want to get all the talents except for Phoenix Flames. Now you can get this, but realistically if you're down in the Diluvian trial, you're probably dead unless you have a good supporting teammate. I want to get Wyvern's Claw, since we're airborne so often this is free damage. Get Carnivore for infinite hunger. And then I want to get Elemental Rebound Ice, since having extra tempo is good for damage resistance and ether recovery. Get Fishman, do not get Final Act. Get Exoskeleton to the finish and Neuroplasticity. Then you want to get Thresher Claws for extra pen on your M1s and mantras. Loot Skipper is up to you, you can take it or leave it. Then we want to get Blood Iron Spirit and Scuba Drowner for extra HP, and if you want to you can get Undying Flame and Graceful Flames on this build if you want to be a more supporting role, although I didn't get it just because I have a teammate with Graceful, but if you don't then by all means get Undying Flame. Now you want to get Flame Within. This is a huge damage boost combined with a talent you'll see later. This is 40% extra M1 damage. Then you want to get Giant Slayer and Underdog. These two will always be proccing, giving you 20% more damage. Then you want to get Tough Love, because Tough Love is free damage on a mage build like this. You're going to get Charged Return. This pairs super well with Flame Within, giving you a lot more damage. Phoenix Impact, you will need to get Rising Flames for this. This is just free HP and ether whenever you land Rising Flames. Then you want to get Cauterize Wounds to reduce blood loss. as well as Azure Flames for extra damage. This will mean that your Flame Wisp healing is even higher. Then you'll end up unbounding your Frost Roll for free, giving you more HP. Now you want to get Crystallization, Crystal Shrapnel, and Reclaim Glass on this build, as well as Orbital Ice. Now, very important, while it doesn't say here, you can get Volcanic Glass on this build, which you absolutely want to do. It's very good for this specific game mode as well as Hell mode. Don't worry, as long as you have Eruption Path and Crystallization, you can roll it regardless of stats. Next, having Cryosis is just good in general, since less ether will be consumed. Then you want to get Eruption Path, Empowered Eruption, Flashpoint, and Scorched Earth. These will all be useful. I never really found Molten Defense proccing in PvE. Then you want to get 11th Hour and Last Resort, as well as Uproar for your emergency talents in case you start getting overwhelmed. Old Habits Die Hard and Breathing Exercises at 10 HP. Then I want Armor Conserver, since you want to conserve as much armor as possible, as well as Ready or Not, so you take half damage at times, and Replenishing Knockout. Now my build also had Immortality through the helmet. Ignore the extra talent, because some of the stuff that you get for free is counted, but Immortality granted by the helmet dropped from the Immortal Guardians is a nice safety net, and I prefer it over Viscosity. Get Hungry Flames, which you can cast for free, as well as Turtle Shell for free damage reduction. Then next I got Emperor Flame, Flaming Flourish, and Explosive Finish, as well as Soundness of Mind. If you're planning to go Graceful Flames, this is very useful, since it can give AoE healing. It's only a little bit, but it helps. And then get Warrior's Swing for your final one, since you want damage reduction whilst charging up the Enforcer critical. Then your Oathless, and then you just... Now I'm just going to add the rest of the free talents that you get, simply because this will give you a more accurate representation of the build. Now, while it says 56 talents, don't worry, because some of these are ones you get for free, like Immortality, which you'll get off the helmet. As you can see, talents went down. I don't know why some of this extra stuff counts, but it does, which is kind of annoying. As you can see, there is a max of 74 talents on this build, so don't worry, you'll be able to get them all. Now coming over to mantras, I got Burning Servants as well as Frozen Servants. These two are an amazing pair, and along with Rising Flames, I like to put 3 Cloudstones and 1 Stratus Stone on them all, just to make them incredibly big and hit mobs in an AoE. You'll be regenerating so much ether that as long as you have a blue gem on them, the ether cost won't matter. Then I got Warden's Blades, again putting 3 Cloud and 1 Stratus on this to make this hit everything. Then I got Ice Cubes for burst damage, as well as Crystal Impale, since this does a surprising amount and is very useful if you uppercut something, since it can give you breathing room. Then I got Flame Leap, since I had a mobility slot free, as well as Flame Wisp, since this is just infinite healing. With how much stuff you're hitting and M1ing, you're going to get a lot of healing from Flame Wisp. Make sure you put max Logstones on it. And then finally, I got Flame of Denial. If you're ever in a sticky situation, you pop Flame of Denial, like right before round 50, so that way if you were to die, you essentially just have an extra health bar, which can come in clutch. For your weapon, it's obviously going to be a 3-star Enforcer Axe. This weapon does a ton of damage and has one of the best criticals in the game, meaning that you can deal with Squibos easily. For your enchant, I had Astral. Obviously, I don't expect you guys to have Astral, so 2 alternatives are Bloodthirsty, since this is still 10% damage, and alternatively, you can use Vampirism, since you'll be getting so much HP from Enforcer's Axe, with how much of a mosh pit this game mode can turn into. For your rings, just use a Charisma, Willpower, and Strength ring. Your last ring doesn't really matter. And as you can see, we're getting pretty damn good damage considering how tanky this build is. Plus, it can also be used for Hell mode. This is one of the highest damaging builds around. And coming to look at the summary, we're getting plus 162 health, which is pretty crazy, as well as 73 elemental intensity. So your Flame Mantra is going to be dealing insane damage to monsters. Anyways, now we are going to discuss how to actually use this build to its fullest potential, so you too can clear the Diluvian trials. The first incredibly useful thing that this build passively does is it can disperse mobs. Because of the combination of Crystal and Eruption, you'll be causing constant eruptions and crystal procs that both push monsters away. So if your teammates are getting attacked by monsters, you can disperse them and then easily pick off the weaker ones. The next thing is, the combination of Crystal and Eruption yet again provides massive AoE damage, seeing as Crystal Shrapnel alone can help you proc way more Eruptions. You're dealing absolutely insane damage to monsters. And then if there's ever something weaker or a round where you can't use mantras, you can use the Enforcer's Axe critical to easily deal with mobs. As long as you have Flame Within active, you can easily one-shot Squibbos. And don't sleep on Flame Wisp, since it can half the HP drain that Flame Within gives you, essentially making Flame Within a free 40% damage buff. The next thing is Rising Flame. While this isn't a super high damage source, it's very useful for getting breathing room, since you can essentially isolate one mob from the other in the air, while proccing Meteor Slam and Phoenix Impact to gain free HP and ether. All of this alone has combined in an amazing build, where I never really got low doing the Diluvian trials. And don't worry, you don't have to be super good at PvE to use this build. I myself am not that good at parrying Squibbos or most NPCs, and I still had no troubles using this build. As long as you have a competent team with you, the Diluvian trials can be easily conquered using my Diluvian Slayer PvE build. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe, and hey, check out some of the other builds we used in our winning run. Anyways, join the Discord and subscribe to get access to the build. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Make sure to check out some other PvE content, and I'll see you all next time.